Today on DNVR Buffs Live, another massive recruiting weekend for Coach Prime in Colorado. Can they lead the Big 12 in commits after this weekend? Who's stopping by, predictions, and much more. Let's go.
Squad!
Welcome into the Toyota Lounge, driven by Front Range Toyota Stars, Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. It is Friday. Friday vibes only in the chat. We got another massive recruiting weekend on deck. Could the Big 12 have a new leader in 2027 commits after this weekend?
Wee.
That's a real sentence uttered on the DNVR Buffs podcast.
Hey, man.
How far we've come.
That'd be a scary sight. That would be something that a lot of people out there would have sworn, would have put a lot of money on the fact that would never happen. But it is, as you mentioned, a realistic opportunity here. Like, we could be firing up DNVR Buffs Live in about 72 hours from now.
Yep.
With the Buffaloes having the most commits for the 2027 class in the Big 12. And like I said, I think it's very plausible. Right now you got 14. You got one guy who visited a couple weeks ago, who's announcing his commitment tomorrow, who I think the Buffs have a good shot at. And obviously about 7, 8 uncommitted visitors this weekend as well, man. As Johnny Mack tweeted earlier, Colorado running backs coach, some dogs in Boulder this weekend.
Yes, sir.
Today, the beginning of it. So should be a fun show. Should be a fun weekend. How you feeling, though, bro? Does it feel like Friday, bro? I know you're so amped about this World Cup. How you feeling, though?
The Friday vibes are reaching maximum threshold here today.
Yes, sir, Ski.
We got a World Cup game. We got a weekend coming up of soccer. I'm sure you're hyped about the NBA Finals.
Yeah, man. So you might have caught me laughing at the very beginning when this show started. That? I saw a video with the caption that just said, it was De'Aaron Fox talking to the media. Yeah. Obviously, Spurs point guard. Uh-huh. And the caption just said, De'Aaron Fox says the Spurs need to win tomorrow. It's like, yeah, duh. Down 3-1. Yeah, I think that's probably what you got to do. But yeah, should be fun.
It should be fun for sure. And of course, we'll be following recruiting the whole way through. Today on the show, we're going to draft the best sports snakes.
Ooh. There's
a lot of folks who, in this world, snakes line the grass, right? That's why you got to cut it.
Got to keep your grass low.
Sometimes in sports, though, man, it hurts worse, even though it's not personal.
Yeah.
But there's a handful. We'll get to them.
No doubt.
Do you have ideas?
I actually do. Like, when you were just talking right now, one just spawned into my head, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah, it's going to probably take some research. Hopefully my sister over here can give me one. Since I tasked her with thinking of something, so hopefully she gives me something.
You got a guest pick in the draft. The pressure's on. Are you ready?
Get to thinking.
There you go.
Oh, Lord
there you
Jesus.
Go. Texas Tech releases a ridiculous 22-minute video.
I mean, just getting universally cooked.
Have you ever seen anything in your life like this?
I'm sure you watched all 22 minutes of it, right?
I did, actually. And because of that, we're going to spend 22 minutes on today's show talking about Texas Tech and Brendan Sorsby.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
Don't worry, chat. Relax. I'm just joking. Just joking.
Do we want to start with this recruiting weekend? This busy week of visitors? Is that what we want to do, Jakey?
I would say so, Scotty. I would say so.
Before we get there, though, actually, as I alluded to at the top, there is a announcement coming down the pike tomorrow.
Yes.
Isaiah Alvarez, 2027 receiver from the state of New Jersey, a top 15 player in the state, according to 24/7 Sports. He visited Colorado about, let's call it 3 weeks ago, the weekend of May 18th. That was his official visit. He has a top 4 out that includes Nebraska, Rutgers, Michigan State, and obviously Colorado. 6 foot, 175 pounds. Again, from Ramsey, New Jersey. He's announcing tomorrow, right on his Instagram Live. Go check that out. This would be the number 15 commit in this 2027 class as Isaiah Alvarez joins the herd. So keep an eye on that. That would be a really nice add. It would be the second receiver in this 2027 class committed. And the first one, Jaden Kaler Murray, he's actually going to be in Boulder this weekend for an official visit as well. So number 15, commit number 15, could come as soon as tomorrow. So keep an eye on Isaiah Alvarez.
Love it. How do we feel?
Feel pretty good, man. Again.
Do we have any predictions or anything on our side?
I don't think he has any crystal balls out there.
I see nothing on 247.
Yep.
And I don't think...
None on arrivals.
Do we have official predictions here?
I don't know. But I'll tell you what. Isaiah Alvarez's primary recruiter is Rashad Rich. So I feel pretty good about that, especially with his stranglehold, so to speak, on the DMV area, the East Coast, where obviously Isaiah Alvarez hails from. So I feel pretty good about that, to be honest with you. And obviously having, if I'm not mistaken, Andre Adams perhaps might have tweeted about Isaiah Alvarez a handful of weeks ago as one of those guys that he wants to bring to Colorado with him. And having that quarterback already in the fold could be really beneficial.
For sure. So there's no official insider predictions on rivals, but I don't know where these numbers come from, but apparently Rutgers has a 27% chance of landing him. Penn State has a 24% chance. Michigan State, 14%.
Yeah.
Colorado with a rounded 9%.
So fourth, right?
Fourth.
Interesting. Okay, we'll see. Yeah, so Andre Adams, he was actually there the weekend that Isaiah Alvarez visited, and Andre Adams tweeted a photo of them two together. Let's make it happen. He added Brock Willis in the tweet, who has already been committed. Marquise Fennell, who's committing in about 2 weeks.
Yep.
Khalil Taylor, obviously another big target, and Isaiah Alvarez there. So Andre Adams been doing his part, man.
Oh, he absolutely has. Pretty much the backbone of this class right now, right?
Oh, yeah.
I might have... So this is from earlier this week. Isaiah Alvarez spoke to Brian Doan over at 247 Sports. What he's looking for in his school, his next school. I looked at receiver development, production, and offensive production. I looked at how many times they throw the ball. I looked for a good coaching staff I felt comfortable with and had a good relationship with. I looked at the production the receivers had previous years, looking at the stats and seeing if I could be the next guy up. Okay. I feel good. I feel confident about my decision. It's a lot of stress during this process, but I'm not trying to worry about it. He said, not much there, but if you talk about wide receiver production and you look at these 4 schools, they've all kind of had some guys.
Yeah.
Maybe not sustained success. I'd probably say Colorado has the most sustained success over the last few years with Travis, those 4 wide receivers drafted. You know, a couple guys enter the portal this last year. You get JoJo and
definitely
some more commits coming in via the portal. I mean, Rutgers had that one guy we talked about yesterday, Strong, who had a good year, right?
Yep.
Penn State has had a few guys here and there. Recently, I don't know if there's one that comes to mind.
For Penn State?
Yeah, I think of like Jahan Dotson is the last one.
Yeah, I was going to say Allen Robinson,
which
is way further. Right.
I mean, Michigan State, they had Nick Marsh last year. They had Keon Coleman before he went to FSU. So, but Colorado, I mean, Biletnikoff and
if we're taking out Isaiah Alvarez at his word in terms of looking at production and whatnot, yeah, Colorado is the leader in that clubhouse of those 4 schools, no doubt.
You are right, CU Buffs 35. Savoy Guidry not coming to town. He locked down or
shut down his commitment to,
or shut down his recruitment after committing to Stanford. And he will not be visiting this weekend.
That's right.
However, our guy, Drew Sapp.
Drewski.
Already here.
Hey, that boy touched down. He wasn't trying to waste no time. He didn't even get the Boulder. He touched down in Denver. It was like, yeah, I'm here.
Is he the first one to commit this weekend?
Hey.
We got a prediction for him. We got a prediction for
Kylan Bobo as well.
Kylan Bobo, yep.
Yeah, Drew Sapp, a guy I really like out of Lakeland, Florida, edge rusher. Really checks the boxes in terms of the measurables you're looking for. I think he's about 6'3", maybe about 250 pounds. And he very well could be, man. Because as you mentioned, the smoke around his commitment to Colorado has been around. I think at least I've seen 2 crystal balls out there in favor of Colorado for Drew Sapp. And yeah, man, Johnny Mack actually is his primary recruiter, and I remember that Johnny Mack actually paid him an in-home visit, maybe about last month, and now he's here. Drew Sapp had 28 tackles for loss last year as a junior, 13.5 sacks. This is a really, really explosive player up the edge, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if, like you said, he might have been the first commit this weekend of the visitors, assuming it probably happens, depending on what happens with Isaiah Alvarez's commitment tomorrow. But, yeah, I think Colorado probably feels really good about Drew Sapp, and rightfully so.
We kind of don't talk about it, especially since Cormani, but Lakeland is a bit of a pipeline for the Buffs. I mean, you go back to 2023, you had a handful of players from that area of Florida, Jordan Dominic being one, obviously Cormani, but this is an area of the country that Colorado has had some wins in previous years. So you get Drew Sapp. It's another guy from that area, but also another playmaker on the edge, too, from that area. So
a wrestler, too. I like that. I like that background as a multi-sport athlete, as a wrestler as well, particularly at that position. You know, kind of all the hand fighting and the athleticism.
It's about leverage.
Exactly right, bro. The low man wins.
Yeah.
And when you can kind of match that with the explosion that Drew Sapp has on his lower half, I think he's a really good player.
Without a doubt. Who's next up?
How about a couple big dogs, right? Probably the 2 headliners.
Okay.
James Pace III. We talked about him earlier this week. He was a new addition. This is a true kind of 4-star blue chip recruit, depending on how you're looking at it. He put out
this is the one who said this is his last OV now.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly right. And he had put out a top 5, I believe, maybe about a month ago that had like Auburn, Tennessee, South Carolina, and I believe his home state, Maryland, as well. He's announcing on his commitment on June 19th, which is a week from today. And as you mentioned, Colorado, him visiting this weekend is his last official visit.
Yep.
This is a top 15 or so edge in the country from the state of Maryland, Hydesville, DeMatha Catholic. I feel like a school we've talked about as well. Another guy, primary recruiter, Rashad Rich. So this is somebody who I believe also was put onto Colorado's recruiting radar by our guy, Jaden Lindsay, from Maryland, only Maryland to be exact. And after he committed, I believe he kind of told the staff, like, hey, this is somebody you need to pay attention to.
Yep.
And obviously kind of far along in his recruitment. He already had a top 5 out. He already had an announcement. But Colorado even getting this visit, I think, is noteworthy and could turn into something depending on what happens with his visit this weekend. So keep an eye on James Pace III, 6'2.5", 225 pounds. Another really talented edge rusher, had 14 sacks last year as a junior.
Yes, sir. All right. We'll cover the rest of the recruiting weekend and much, much more on the other side of this break. Shout out to our friends over at Kona Grill, the place to go if maybe you have family in town, Scotty.
Yeah.
And maybe they've got Kona Grill experience and they like it, and you got to take them back out here.
My sister's a big Kona Grill girl.
Surf and
she
turf.
loves the surf and turf specifically at Kona Grill.
Stop in at the Cherry Creek location or any of their 22 across the country. They got the $6 Kona Bar burger that's available all day, every day at the bar. And it's a better deal than fast food when you come in for that happy hour price, and it's higher quality as well. They also have the 369 happy hour going on from 2 to 6 p.m. with great eats, including chicken sauté, ribeye meatballs, crafted margaritas, and amazing sushi, rolls. You can also check out their $39 3-course menu that includes an app, dinner, and dessert. It's just a great deal from 3 p.m. to close every single day. Your exclusive ALLCITY online ordering code for KonaGrill.com is ALLCITY26, so you can get a buy one, get one steakhouse burger. Go to order online on KonaGrill.com. It's great for delivery, takeout, curbside pickup, and more. Shout out Kona Grill.
Shout out to Kona Grill and shout out to Toyota, man. The best way to get to a Kona Grill is via a Toyota, man. My boy RK just upped his game in the Toyota League, man. Just upgraded, and man, he's got me eyeing a new Toyota, man. I know when I upgrade, that's the first spot I'm going to be looking at, man. I'm going to hit up our Front Range Toyota stores as well, partly because, man, trucks, they're a part of Toyota's DNA. They've been doing this for generations, man. Whether you're trying to conquer some off-road trails or maybe you got all of your belongings, you're hauling all of the weight of the world on the back of your Toyota truck, man. They got 17 models with available all-wheel drive. They got 16 different hybrid vehicles to choose from as well. So visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Grew Toyota in Littleton, Mountain State Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is the official vehicle of DNVR and a proud partner of CU Athletics. Shout out to Toyota, and let's go places.
All right. James Pace, he is the big headliner for this weekend and committing a week from today as well. So this is a massive opportunity to make a big impact.
Atlanta State, FIAC, Scotty, who does Pace have connections with that CU? Just talk about it, but it's Jaden Lindsay, offensive lineman commit from the state of Maryland, like James Pace is. Right after Lindsay committed, he kind of tweeted about, hey, go get him.
Yep.
To the Buffs recruiting staff, go get him. And obviously the recruiting staff worked quickly, extended an offer, got a visit set up. And, as David Isabel says, I didn't know this, but, like, their families are close, apparently, according to David Isabel, which wouldn't surprise me. Obviously coming from the same state, and obviously they have some type of connection. And that is kind of what this staff has targeted, like gone after, as David also mentions, right? With Kylan Bobo visiting this weekend.
Yeah.
He's teammates with another Tupelo, Mississippi football player. I believe that's Antonio Berry, offensive lineman, who was on a visit a couple weeks ago. He hasn't committed. He's still uncommitted, but kind of just stacking those guys with connections, good football players who have a rapport already with each other. Like, that's how you go about building a tight-knit football team, locker room, and recruiting class and whatnot. So I love that as well. I guess we can talk about Kylan Bobo here. Just segue into it. I feel like we talked a lot about him. Mm-hmm. He's got at least 2 crystal balls that I've seen to Colorado. Again, from Tupelo, Mississippi, 5'11", 200 pounds. I showed earlier this week just one clip of him running, and this is a home run hitter. Mm-hmm. Elite speed, has track experience. Honestly, he helped Tupelo win a Mississippi 7A state championship. It was their first title in 30 years as a school.
Okay.
Back in 2024. So this is a really good player coming from a very respectable program, a high-level football program. So as Eric Morris mentioned, I mentioned that earlier this week, right? Coming from Mississippi. He posted that photo when he was on the unofficial visit with Preston Ashley, who also is from Mississippi.
Yep.
And again, this recruiting staff kind of playing on those connections, I think is really smart.
For sure. Who else we got?
The other big headliner is big Nate Carson.
Tackle.
Big offensive tackle, 6'4", about 275 pounds. He is announcing his commitment on July 3rd, which is about, 3 weeks from now?
Ish. Yep, exactly.
Looking at Clemson, Georgia, South Carolina, has an Alabama offer as well. And if you remember about a couple weeks ago, I brought up Nate Carson to make a point about how this recruiting staff they be on it, right? So Nate Carson had tweeted last month at some point, like, my recruitment is still 100% open. And 3 hours later, he tweeted, just picked up an offer from Colorado.
Yep.
And obviously now he's visiting this weekend. This recruiting staff don't play. Again, primary recruiter for Nate Carson, Rashad Rich. He is doing the work, and this would be a massive, massive ad, a true 4-star blue chip recruit from Columbia, South Carolina, Irmo High School, which I believe is kind of another very, very respectable football program down there in South Carolina. So Nate Carson, the other headliner this weekend. along with James Pace III.
Would be your second recruit from the state of South Carolina as well, with Jaden Kelly Murray already being the first. And Jaden Kelly Murray, as far as we're concerned, is a blue chipper who is that was some of the most exciting film I think we've watched so far for this 2027 class. So
Jimmy Horn Jr. vibes for sure.
Yes. Nate Carson would be huge too. You talk about where you really make strides as a program, and this is it.
Yeah.
The blue chip tackles, the blue chip front seven, the blue chip offensive linemen in general. You already have one in LaMarcus Jones. What a statement would that be to get another one? And that would be your fourth offensive line commit, fifth.
I think that would be. I think that would be number 4. Yeah, because you got Linton, you got Zaquan Linton, Jaden Lindsay, and as you mentioned, LaMarcus Jones already in the fold.
I mean, that'd be big time. You'd pretty much be set in terms of your offensive line recruiting at that point too, right? Of course, you're gonna have to hold on to these guys, but again, just illustrating how far this program's kind of come, especially last year. I mean, that's just immediately where my mind goes. I mean, all the guys we talked to last year, all the blue chippers we talked about. Yeah. The amount of times you struck out, if you can kind of hit on some of these fish, big fish this year, that'll really show the tides have turned.
Yes, sir. Jameer Daniels Portis, somebody who RK says
we've talked about them.
Yeah, somebody who RK says he just believes that that's going to be a long time NFL pro just off the name alone. Elite name, Jameer Daniels Portis from Ohio. Another kind of state that isn't, typically, I believe, recruited by this program, but Springfield, Ohio, 6'1", 205-pound linebacker. He has a Final 5 out that includes Indiana, Cincinnati, Illinois, NC State, and Colorado. He is visiting Colorado this weekend as well. 88 tackles, 14.5 tackles for loss last season as a junior, and I think he is like a true linebacker, right? The other kind of linebacker edge prospects that they've got committed in this 2027 class, I think are more edge guys. They obviously can play linebacker. They're playing it at their high school levels, but I think Colorado projects them more as edge. Talking about Barack Willis, and Jovan Pulliam. But I think Jameer Daniels Portis is more of like your true kind of off-ball linebacker here. A really good player. You heard kind of the Final 5 there with Indiana, Illinois kind of being in it. I think kind of says a lot.
Bosnia takes the lead.
Ooh. Big in the lead. Yeah. Big for sure. So keep an eye on Jameer Daniels Portis. We just got a couple more edge pieces. And that kind of seems like the emphasis here now. Edge, right? Yeah. We talked about Drew Sapp. We just talked about James Pace, kind of the headliner. They also got James Harris Jr., another guy who has been on Colorado's radar for a long time now.
Yeah, we've talked about him a lot.
Yeah, from Houston, Texas, finally visiting officially this weekend. 6'1.5", 225 pounds. North Carolina, Arizona, Texas Tech, Vanderbilt, I believe, are in his top 5 or Final 5. Yep, and Miami, actually. So it's Carolina, Vandy, Tech, Miami, and Colorado. He's officially visiting this weekend. 23 tackles for loss last year, 7 sacks. Another really, really talented edge player. And the other one, the last one, from Utah, Vakapuna. How would you say his first name? F-U-I?
Oh, yeah.
You had it at one point. Fui? Yeah, we're going to go with Fui. And if we're wrong, we apologize. We mean no disrespect. But Fui Vakapuna.
Sick name.
From Utah, Timpview, Provo, Utah, 6'1.5", 225 pounds. Yeah, that's your neck of the woods, brother.
Not really. I just know where it is.
That's where Jake was born and raised, baby.
Well, he actually went to Corner Canyon prior to his senior year, so he transferred to Timpview for his senior year. Again, another edge rusher, offers from Cal, Utah, Minnesota. He is visiting this weekend as well. Had 5 TFLs in the sack as a junior at Corner Canyon. So a real edge-heavy kind of recruiting weekend, but a position I think you got to really attack.
Corner Canyon, the high school that Zach Wilson, Jackson Dart, Isaac Wilson, Jackson Powers Johnson all played for, among many, many others. Yeah. Utah plays good football.
Oh, slept on football.
Yes. I
agree. But yeah, it's a busy recruiting weekend. You got to at least at least 9 guys. 2 of them already committed in Jaden Kelly Murray, who we talked about. Devon Derico also is visiting this weekend.
Okay,
a CU
nice.
Buffs commit. He was actually the first CU commit in this 2027 class. So, yeah, like I said, at least 9 in total, 7 uncommitted. And as you see in the headline, 14 already in the fold. I believe the Big 12 leader in commits right now.
18.
Right? 18, is that the number?
Yep, West Virginia and K-State.
Yeah, so you get 5, which is certainly in the ballpark, in the realm of possibility.
Well, let's be realistic. You need 3.
Sure.
You already got predictions for Bobo and the
Right.
SAP.
Yeah, facts. Facts.
You already feel really good about where those guys sit. We'll see what happens with the blue chippers up top.
Right.
I think you could pull off 2 more of the 3 stars.
I feel pretty good about James Harris Jr., you know?
Yep.
I do feel like Colorado is among Vakapuna's best offers, you know, taking maybe Utah out of the equation, which obviously kind of has a Polynesian pipeline of their own.
He's got a few more OBs coming up. Fui Vakapuna does.
Okay.
He's going to Cal later this week, it seems, or early next week, it seems, and then Utah the weekend after this. So,
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see. But
And you still had a couple guys from last weekend who I
Right.
thought you feel pretty good about coming out of the weekend who just haven't committed.
Tyler Alexander, too.
Tyler Alexander, Ryan Ferdinand is a receiver who
Yep.
visited last weekend, who I think Colorado was good on. And then one other update, Kingston Thornton visited last weekend from Dallas, 6'1.5", 185 pounds. He actually, just before the show went live, he just committed to Northwestern. So you can take Kingston Thornton off the Buffs board.
Good for him.
Yeah, he committed to Northwestern about a half an hour ago, choosing them over the Buffs and a couple other Big 12 schools. So, but as we talked about, I believe earlier this week, you got 4 or 5 DBs already committed for Colorado in this 2027 class. Certainly a few corners. Yeah, you got 5 DBs. You got 2 safeties and 3 corners already committed in this 2027 class. So I don't think cornerback is a position of need, especially when you think about the 2026 recruiting class you just had with some of these DBs, Braylon and Mojo, Preston, etc. So, yeah.
I love it. I also love how they kind of scattered out the commits throughout this OV cycle to, you know, you kind of get your earliest commits, not all on the same weekend, but you scatter them throughout this window so that every weekend you have, whether it's Andre Adams or Devon Derico or, I don't know, even guys who have, you know, been not committed, but connected to Colorado for a while. Barack Willis, Kenny Farrelly, Jaden Lindsay. You know what I mean? I like how they spread that out because I think that's kind of like the positive peer pressure we've talked about in terms of what these visits are. Like, they're about having a good time.
Definitely. And vibes. They're about vibes,
yes,
bro. They're about vibes, for sure.
So you need those guys who are already bought in and committed to kind of just make sure the vibes stay up, honestly.
Definitely.
And I think that's no coincidence that we've seen a lot of success from this team in some of these OVs this summer. So it's
100%.
Exciting, man.
It really is.
What do you think? Do we think we're talking about Colorado leading the Big 12 in commits after this weekend? Do we get 4 to tie at least?
Well, it would require 4 to tie in the 2 schools with 18 to not get any over this weekend as well, right?
Sure.
Yeah, think about that. But
Sure.
I do think our Monday show, we're going to be talking about, I think, at least 4 new commits. I do believe that. And whether that ends up, you know, tying the Big 12 lead still at that point remains to be seen. But I think this is going to have a similar vibe to last weekend, right? Where you actually did get 5 commits in one weekend. I think it's going to have a similar vibe, no doubt.
All right. Stay tuned. Follow Scott on Twitter. Follow the Buffs account at DNVR_Buffs. Follow myself. We'll be all over this recruiting weekend and see how many folks give their pledge to become Buffs. All right, second half of the show coming up. Let's take a break and shout out our friends over at
Bet365, man. It is baseball season. Baseball is back on Blake Street, man. The Rockies are kind of cooking right now, man. They can't really sweep nobody, but they're winning series right now. They're winning series. And our friends over at Bet365, man, they are going to give you a summer full of highlights and fun, man. If you do it right, listen to this. New users can now get $200 in bonus bets as a part of Bet365's Bet $10, get $200 promo. Here's how it works. All you got to do is sign up, make your first $10 bet, and they'll throw you $200 in bonus bets, win or lose, man. You can get a lot of stuff done with those bonus bets, man. So there's never been a better time to get in on the season with Bet365. Bet365, where winning is everything. Download the app, use the code DNVR365 at sign up today. If you got a gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. You must be physically located in Colorado. Terms and conditions apply. In-app only.
Shout out to our friends over at Buchanan's Whiskey, man. The Buchanan's was flowing here at the DNVR bar yesterday after that massive Mexico win. Producer Yaya, I heard, he just crushed a whole bottle by himself, actually.
My boy was turned.
He could not believe the Team Mexico win. I'm joking, but he did enjoy a few Bucanitas. You can enjoy one here at the DNVR bar as well. All it is, Buchanan's Deluxe and some pineapple juice. It's easy to make and easy to drink. You can be your own bartender at home, or you can come try it here at the DNVR bar. We're going to have deals for those and many, many more options here throughout the World Cup. Just head on over to thednvr.com/events. Bucanitas are $14 all tournament long. Of course, we got the USA game here tonight. We got the Australia-USA game a week from today, and then June 25th against Turkey. So make sure you come hang out with us. Let's crush some Buchanan's Whiskey and Bucanitas. Whether you're at your favorite spot or stocking up at home, make it Buchanan's. All right. 22 straight minutes on Brennan Sorsby and Texas Tech here in honor of their 22-minute video.
No chance.
Go.
One last thing on recruiting.
Yeah.
Before we get into our 22-minute monologue on Brendan Sorsby. I saw, and I forget his name, and I apologize, but a recruiting guy recently on a podcast talking about what I believe ties to Florida, talking about Stephen Alexis.
Okay.
Colorado running back commit who we watched the film of, one of our favorite films that we've seen maybe this offseason in terms of a high school recruit. But he's unranked. And we were wondering, what the hell is that about?
Right.
How? You watch the film, this is not an unranked kid.
Yep.
And this recruiting analyst, so to speak, was talking about the fact that the high school that Stephen Alexis goes to, Gibbs, is just one of those schools that staffs don't really like to go to. You know what I'm saying?
Out there?
Is from the way he was talking about it, it's like those schools is in the trenches. You know, it ain't very safe.
Okay.
And like some schools just straight up don't want to go recruit the school.
I mean, you show up in a Power 4 team branded, you kind of become a target.
You feel me? So
Yeah.
that was just eye opening to me because obviously that type of stuff exists around the country, and that would make a little bit more sense as to why a dude like that with those measurable 6'1", 205 pounds, running with that type of power and speed is unranked, but has some of the offers. And he pointed out the fact that we talk about he has an Iowa offer.
Yeah.
Iowa know how to scout running backs.
Oh, yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? Obviously, he has an Illinois offer as well. Like a couple of these schools, they have figured out what Stephen Alexis has. Colorado was one of them.
Illinois knows what they're doing with the backs, too.
Backs. So that was just interesting to me. Just a little tidbit about Stephen Alexis that honestly makes a bit more sense and I think gives some context to, his 0-star ranking, at least according to 24/7 Sports.
Right. I mean, I knew it's early, too, right? Like, we're in that time of year where, like, there's a lot of talk about recruiting, but you can't really do anything to increase your stock at this point.
Exactly.
So we have the camp cycles and stuff going right now, which is a way to get your name out there. And, like, I don't know, you can get, I guess, a little bit of a bump, but you're not going to get a crazy bump like you would during the season. So,
yeah.
We'll see. But the film speaks for itself, in my opinion.
It's a dude.
Totally.
It's a dude. And it's like, what do you not? Because sometimes you see film like that, you're like, well, he's small.
Right.
He's not small.
No.
He can run. All that type of stuff with the power, all of it. So we'll see what ends up happening. But I just thought that was interesting kind of take on it if it's true. And just a girl was saying that Gibbs is not in a war zone. I wasn't saying that it is a war zone. And if you're out there in Florida, you probably know better than me, and I trust you. But yeah, we'll see.
All right. Anything else before this recruiting weekend?
Nah, let's do it. Let's talk about it.
All right. Look, man, I'm just gonna say this. Like, it's not my favorite thing to talk about every day either, but this is all we have at this point, okay?
I mean, and again,
and it's the biggest story in the sport.
Exactly right. At the core of it, we are a college football podcast, and as you mentioned, this is the biggest story in the sport.
So, and literally, like, I understand, like, the Texas Tech and the Sorsby angle of it all. It's kind of played out at this point.
Yeah.
This is a massive story in the direction of where this sport goes. Like, this matters very, very much so. And the process and the decision-making that is going to happen in this situation, I think, is paramount, too. Because as Texas Tech is trying to pull out here with their comparisons to every other school except for taking accountability for themselves, like, there's going to be a similar situation potentially at some point, or if not, a school is going to at least sue to try and defend themselves with tooth and nail, right?
Yeah.
Like, so it's unprecedented, but precedents are being set here for the future of the sport.
For sure, man. And
so that's why we talk about this. I'm just saying that.
And this is story of the summer.
Yes.
Straight up.
So.
And obviously it kind of intersects with us a little bit more because this is a team in Colorado's conference.
Right.
This is a team on Colorado's schedule.
Yes.
You know, this year as well. So, yeah, I mean, Paul Noto says that video, that Texas Tech video that they put out yesterday, which, so it was the AD, it was Joey McGuire, it was the president maybe?
Yep.
And one other person? Who is it?
There was a total of 5.
Okay, 5 total, yeah. Obviously, the power brokers at Texas Tech, the big decision makers, including the head football coach, Joey McGuire, pretty much put out a 22-minute video defending their side of this.
You know who isn't in that video, though?
Who, Cody?
Cody Campbell.
He was probably doing another interview at the time, probably.
You're right. He was probably at another football camp.
Yeah.
Right.
But and a lot of people were saying this. Obviously, this got universally cooked on social media yesterday, almost immediately. But having to put out a video like that, like, almost screams to me like guilt.
They are so deep, like
they are. Their heels are dug into this.
But they keep spiraling though.
Yeah.
Like they can't see the forest through the trees at this point. Like, they're so concerned with, we got to make sure this come across and looks like we are all about Brendan Sorsby, the young man and the person, right? And we got to look out for this young man and make sure that, you know, this doesn't, you know, potentially spiral into another worse situation in terms of mental health and all that, which, sure, absolutely.
Yep.
No one is arguing that. The point is, though, like, the lack of, like, accountability in terms of the actual situation, which is gambling and the integrity of the game, they keep on glossing over.
No doubt.
And so, and I didn't watch it either. I'm not going to waste my time on this shit, honestly. But shout out to, I mean, TCU had the perfect response.
Yeah, they did.
I ain't reading all that. Sorry that happened to you, or
good for you.
Good for you,
whatever.
but yeah.
Facts.
So I don't even know what to really say about the video, honestly, but it's just they really don't know what they're doing in terms of what they're arguing.
Yeah.
Or why everyone's so, like, that's the crazy thing. They don't understand why everyone's so angry about this.
That is, and that's either the delusion or the being purposefully obtuse.
Yes, exactly.
And this is a theme that I keep hearing from them. And so Texas Tech students yesterday received an email from the school's president.
Yes.
And I'll get into it a little bit, but this sentence I keep hearing from them. This story is an example of a system that needs to change. What needs to change from Brendan Sorsby to not be a gambling addict? What are you pointing the finger at here?
Well, they're saying that, he's a victim of
what?
We've allowed sports gambling to enter the world. That's their leg that they're trying to stand on, though.
That is a weak ass leg to stand on, man.
But you're right, though, because they keep on trying to bring that up, and it's like, brother, it is black and white. You broke a law and you broke rules. Like, you went to court to fight the NCAA's rule. Like, do you not understand what you did when you went to court and you got this injunction? What you actually did. You literally overturned the NCAA's rules and guidelines, laws.
Yep.
So
in this statement from Texas Tech to Texas Tech students, they wrote a few things to consider. Texas Tech had absolutely no knowledge of Brennan's gambling activity until several months after his arrival on campus earlier this year. Do you believe that, first off?
I kind of do.
Okay. Texas Tech has acted with integrity at every step of this process.
Absolutely.
Do you believe that?
Absolutely not.
Texas Tech did not file or fund Brennan's lawsuit against the NCAA. You believe that?
I can't prove that either way, but with how things have quickly escalated in terms of the legal avenues that they've decided to pursue, I can't. They clearly have some influence in relationships at the very most.
The fund part just seems like cap to me. Clearly, y'all are funding this in some way. Who paid for the lawyer? Y'all telling me Brennan paid for that out of his pocket? And if that's the case, y'all still technically pay for it because that money he used to pay for the lawyer is money that he getting from y'all.
Exactly. They got one of the best defense lawyers in sports history to represent them in this case. You telling me Brennan Sorsby just called up his buddy? Hey, Jeffrey, I'm in a bit of a bind here, bud. Help me out.
Nah, I mean, Atlanta State Fight, it's true. They are just gaslighting.
They are.
T95, they are trying to brainwash their fan base. This is true. And a couple other things to consider.
The best part is that you can brainwash stupid, and that's most of Texas.
Hey,
y'all
you said
said
it, not
it.
me.
Y'all
Right.
said
You said it, not me.
I'm back here, don't worry.
Don't get mad at us.
Find me on Twitter, man, if you want to talk about it.
This other tidbit goes, Brennan suffers from a diagnosed gambling addiction, like tens of thousands of young people today. And that second part is just like, why are you throwing that in there? Those tens of thousands of people, most of them aren't college athletes.
There's just so much whataboutism, man.
He goes, and this part is, I don't know. This part, I guess, is kind of gray area. Brennan never bet against his own team.
What?
I don't think that's...
Who cares?
And I don't think that's also all the way true either.
That's never been the facts in the matter in any gambling case, right? I mean, I don't know if Pete Rose did or not, but
well, I think wasn't he the manager of a team that he bet on? I think that's what that was.
Sure,
Yeah.
That was just before, longer before my time. I don't know, but the recent NBA situations, were those guys?
I said Texas, not Texas.
I meant Texas Tech, not Texas.
Were those guys in the NBA actually betting against their teams though?
Like the Rozier and
Yeah.
Yes,
I think that was player prop things.
No, but
Right,
they
it
were
was
also shaving points and
doing
doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, kind of.
Well, either way,
Again, it's all kind of allegations at this point, but I think that is reported.
either way,
alleged.
a bet is a bet. It doesn't matter what side
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
on. You're not allowed to do that.
I think this part is true. The vast majority of Brennan's betting occurred prior to his enrollment at Texas Tech.
Sure,
But again, it isn't.
you assume the risk when you recruit the player, though, bro.
Yeah.
If he got hurt in week 2, it's not like, whoa, we can't take this back. Our plan wasn't for him to get hurt. It happens all the time.
For sure. And it's just,
You think the Cleveland Browns would like a do-over on the Deshaun Watson contract? Absolutely, but they can't.
gotta live with it. And somebody brought up today too, at what point does Cincinnati start to become culpable for this in any capacity? Because they are really just
Cincinnati?
the university.
But Cincinnati said, "We're not. You got to leave." So you can just be like, "We saw it. It's not our problem." He left.
And I saw something today. This is from an ESPN article. Cincinnati was notified of a gambling app on Brennan Sorsby's phone while he was there.
Yes.
And they called him in. He answered questions, and they pretty much found that there was no wrongdoing.
They said the probe popped up because he signed up
Right.
under his name.
Right.
But nothing was actually put under the account in terms of bets at that point in time. which it's clearly a smoking gun in hindsight.
Sure.
Like he was. I don't even want to try and dive into the thought process there, but
Yeah.
he was already betting at that. But we know that whether it was under his name or not, it doesn't matter.
And somebody brought this up. So this is from Matt Mosley, Fox Sports, ESPN. And I thought this was actually a valid idea. He goes, yesterday, the Big 12 could threaten to withhold a percentage of Texas Tech's media distribution
Absolutely.
if the school chooses to play Sorsby. He goes, that's what the conference did to Baylor in 2017 when they had that thing under our brows, right?
Yes, bro.
Right. And he goes, I'd be shocked if the conference tries to ban him from playing. And I agree with that. I think Sorsby's going to play, but that might be an avenue that the Big 12 might have. Like, your pockets are going to be very much impacted by this if y'all decide to let him play.
They're going to sanction them in some way.
Yeah.
And that's the part that I don't understand the most is when Cody Campbell goes on that podcast and he goes, well, when all that nasty stuff at Penn State, blah, 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 it's like, bro,
their program was like ruined after that pretty much.
we were talking about giving them the death penalty.
Exactly. Like they felt that the remnants of that wrongdoing
Jerry
as a university.
Sandusky's still in prison. Joe Paul got fired and basically died because of that.
Exactly.
And then they had didn't they have like a multi-year bowl ban that Bill O'Brien had to deal with, like scholarship, like
Oh yeah.
this wasn't just like fire the bad people and give it like Penn State was penalized.
They were, yes. And it's honestly pretty miraculous that they've even
absolutely
kind of gotten back to this point, which isn't even where they were at a certain point.
Well, I mean, wasn't it James Franklin who was the hire after Bill O'Brien left for the NFL, right?
Yep.
That's pretty remarkable that you just got.
Definitely.
You say what you want about James Franklin. At that point in time, he was absolutely seen as one of the best hires in college football.
100%.
So that to me, that's what it is. It's the kind of skirting around like the accountability aspect of it and saying we've always acted with integrity. And it's like, well, you gotta look, man. I understand you're not fully to blame.
Yeah.
But with how much you've dug in your heels here and how much you've tried to, rightfully or wrongfully, support Brendan Sorsby, you're going to be held accountable in some way.
Yeah.
It's just part
For sure. And yeah, I mean, I think they said too, like either Cody or somebody else, like, I mean, stuff happens at LSU all the time. Woo. It's like, brother, if this happened at LSU under Lane Kiffin,
if this happened at LSU under Lane Kiffin, Colorado under Deion Sanders,
yes,
Alabama under Nick Saban, Ohio State under Urban Meyer, it goes nuclear.
Like it's almost doing them a favor that they are Texas Tech. Because if this is like one of those schools that you just mentioned, this would be even bigger of a story.
They'd clearly make an example out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
Look on the bright side. They won't have to play Fridays anymore. That's all safe. They're good to go. Like
They might be able to get out of that, yeah. But that's where we sit. We'll see what happens. The deadline for the supplemental draft is a week from Monday. So he's going to be on the roster, it seems like, for this season.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of how much he plays.
One other thing, I guess one last thing maybe that I have to say about this. And this kind of goes along with what I was saying, I believe, earlier this week about why I don't believe that the Big 12 Brett Yormark are going to really do anything or come down hard on Texas Tech. And part of the reason I said it is because Texas Tech at this point is the conference's biggest brand. Probably the conference's biggest moneymaker. Sure. And Andy Staples at On3 kind of wrote a column about that today, referencing something that Yormark said, I believe, earlier this year. So the question asked to Yormark was, you mentioned that you believe this is the deepest football conference in America. How critical is it, though, for your league to have one or two brands that emerge annually as playoff contenders in your viewpoint? And Yormark's answer was critical. I like how you stated that. You know, I think parity matters, and I think ultimately over time, as hopefully sooner than later, there will be a couple of our schools that will emerge. Elite schools that are always a part of the conversation at the highest levels, and that's what we're working towards. But it starts with parity and being competitive top to bottom. And I think we're there, and I think we're the best in the country when you think about how deep we are top to bottom. But I do believe that long-term you need certain schools to emerge to the top, and I think we're getting there. He in those words there, he was asking for a team or two to kind of do what Texas Tech has done, become kind of a national conversation. And again, that's part of the reason why I think at least Brett Yormark is going to be hesitant to really bring the hammer down on potentially his biggest moneymaker.
Yeah, but A school always pops up. I don't think you need to always prop up the top dog.
Okay.
I think you kind of let it be like honestly, like capitalism. Like let them compete it out. The Mountain West needed Boise State.
Jake said no communism in my conference.
I'm just saying, for real though, like let them compete it out. If someone else wants to start ponying up money like Texas Tech, that's only good for the Big 12, I think, right?
I mean,
And you kind of put pressure on them with Texas Tech in this position on the other schools, obviously, to step it up. And everyone wants to beat them.
no doubt.
They have a target on their back after last year, without a doubt.
Is this going to be the first time of the Coach Ram era at Colorado where there's like actually another Big 12 team that like they get everybody's
That's
best
a
shot?
fantastic point.
You know, because we
Week 5, there might be more people actually rooting for Colorado than Texas Tech.
and we'll be a first.
Without a doubt.
We'll be a first.
There's not another team, I think. I mean, maybe depending if you had very strong feelings about USC, Lincoln Riley, and Caleb Williams
Sure.
that year, honestly. I can't think of another team.
So that's going to be interesting. And is that locker room ready for that? Because as we know, you know, Colorado, like when you get every team's best shot, like you got to bring it every week, or you can have a game like Kansas in 2024.
All it takes is a bad first quarter. Yep.
Yeah. So we'll see if Texas Tech's locker room is going to be ready for that, because I think that is going to be the reality.
We'll see what happens over the weekend and as we go into next week. Real quick, though, if you don't like us talking about Texas Tech and Brendan Sorsby, how about you go on over to thednvr.com/contest and send in your feedback. Not only would you get it to send in your feedback, you have a chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card. We appreciate y'all for being a part of our community, though. We're always looking to improve our shows and better understand how you listen and what you value most. So we've launched this quick survey. Again, you have a chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card. Go to thednvr.com/contest. It takes just a few minutes. It can help shape the future content and direction of this show. And we just like to hear your voice. So head on over. We got a draft before we head out today. What? Oh,
Got a draft? Let's get it.
all right.
What we drafting?
We're drafting the best, or I don't know if best is the right word. Sports snakes.
Biggest snakes.
Infamous sports
Infamous? Is that the angle we're going with?
It should be that.
All of sports, not just college football.
Bet.
I guess I'm first.
Seems that way. I'll go first if you want me to, I guess.
No, I'm going first.
Okay.
It's Kevin Durant.
Obviously.
I mean, I see that emoji and I still think of him. Because for what, 3-4 years, anything Kevin Durant related, you'd go to the comments and you just see that snake emoji.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, bro, that one hurts me personally, man, because I've always been a LeBron guy, but that Thunder team was like one of my favorite teams ever assembled, with KD, with Russ, obviously Harden, Ibaka, Kendrick Perkins. And when they were up 3-1, gang, in the Western Conference Finals on the Golden State Warriors, they allow the Warriors to come back. And then that offseason, KD goes and joins them. The weakest move in sports history.
Someone, or it was an Oklahoma State account. I think it was recently. Like, there's another massive tweet about it recently. I can't remember what he said exactly, but it was like, imagine if Shea left and went and joined the Spurs.
Exactly. That's exactly right, bro.
And it's like,
You can't even fathom that.
I mean, it's crazy that we have to like re-put it in. Like, I don't think we need to put it in another like context. It's just so wild it happened that way.
It's nasty work.
It really was.
And in my eyes, he never got a legitimate chip.
I
Those
completely
Warriors
agree.
chips don't count.
I completely agree.
I got to go back to back here. I mean, people are throwing in the chat. I mean, well, Cody Campbell. What a snake. Bro is literally snaking college football right now with his pocketbook, with his influence, with his gaslighting.
Yep.
Bro is one of the biggest snakes in sports history. I just thought about this one earlier. Maybe this could have lasted longer, but Brett Favre.
Sure. Yeah?
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Brett Favre, dude. You are a Packer legend, gang. How are you going to ever wear purple?
Well, and I don't know if you remember, before he went to the Jets, he really wanted to go to the Vikings then.
Nasty work.
And they wouldn't let him. So he was like, fine, trade me to the Jets.
Right, I could go to a team before and then I go.
Next year.
Exactly. That's nasty work, bro. Like, you are literally a Packer legend, bro. Like, he's literally Bart Starr, Brett Favre, before obviously Rodgers.
Yep.
And to go, I mean, obviously Packers-Bears is probably the biggest rivalry, but I can tell you firsthand, Packers fans hate Vikings fans.
Yeah.
Like, that is they real life hate each other.
Yeah, real beef.
And for Favre to go and obviously go there to that place, pretty nasty, pretty snake-ish of him. So, yeah, that's my first 2 picks.
Oh, yeah.
Not,
he did all that.
Not to mention the off-the-field snake activities that Brett Favre partook in. We ain't even going to get into that, though.
I'm about to win the draft right here, Scotty.
Okay.
And then it makes the worst pick.
Right.
No, it's Mel Tucker.
Ah.
It's Mel Tucker, Midnight Mel.
That nickname always makes me chuckle.
I guess the burn and the hurt is slightly alleviated, considering how his Michigan State tenure went up in flames and how he made a fool of himself along the way.
Yeah.
But what he did to CU was, I mean, look, we've talked about it with like Lane Kiffin and stuff too, right? Like, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do to climb the ladder in this industry in college football, right? But it was so late in the year when he did this, and I'm pretty sure he was coming back from like a. I wish RK was here. I think the story was like he had like a dinner with like the boosters or something the night before, where he like got up on stage and pretty much said like, "I'm staying, I'm here."
Crazy.
And then that night, like the news is coming out that he's leaving for Michigan State.
Wow.
So
That's nasty work.
Give me him.
I have a good one.
What do you got? Yeah.
Art Modell.
Sure. Great one. I'll take that. Took the team in the middle of the night. Right?
Yep.
Is that the Colts one? Or is that the Ravens?
That's the Browns going to the Ravens.
Oh, yeah,
in
that
the
one
middle
was
of
dirty too.
That one was really bad. I mean, he did it twice, which
Right.
is crazy.
When it's like the Browns were actually like good then too. And he got this opportunity to take him to Baltimore, and then Cleveland's like left without a team for like 2 years, I think, or something like that, which is crazy. And then they've just been terrible ever since.
No, it's facts.
And the Ravens have been really good since.
Yeah.
Hey, the chat got me today. I ain't gonna lie. I'm going to go with
I just had a great idea.
give me. This might be it right here. Give me Kevin Stefanski
Yes.
right here. What a snake, bro. All the snake little comments and the treatment, man. Just dating back to even the draft day, bro. That video when Shador was drafted and bro just
Could
looked
not
like
believe it.
he just got the worst news of his life.
Yep.
The whole Dylan Gabriel situation last offseason with the reps and whatnot.
I still can't believe that.
Yeah, Stefanski, man, that is, yeah, he is up there. And then there was another one, actually, if you can just scroll up in the chat, that somebody said that is a good one. Oh, yep, that's what it was. Give me, damn, what's his name? Nico Harrison. Nico Harrison.
What a great pick.
You luck into drafting, having Luka Doncic on your team. Luka Doncic should have retired a Dallas Maverick.
Yeah.
A basketball Naismith Hall of Famer. And you turn around and trade him to, of all teams, the Los Angeles Lakers. And a year later, he's fired, which I think is poetic justice. But Nico Harrison,
pick,
I
Scotty.
know he got to be hated in the Dallas area. Mavericks fans. I mean, to even piss off Dirk Nowitzki the way he did with that move.
Imagine, and this is part of why I don't fuck with the NBA, honestly. Imagine they didn't get that #1 overall pick.
Exactly. And like he even tried to tell, like, see, this is part of the plan. No, well,
No,
you
it
did not
wasn't,
know
bro.
that. Right.
Winning the lottery is not a plan.
Exactly, bro.
And
And that's why I'm glad, even though they got Cooper Flag, that he was still let go, because you can't even let him benefit from that.
I hate that so much that Dallas got him.
Yes,
on.
bro.
You know, good for the fans that they got Cooper Flag and
sure.
stuff. But that's what the NBA to me is just so slimy.
It's nasty work.
Yes, we're headed to overtime. If you're watching on your TV, head on over to the website, thednvr.com. We're going to wrap up the show there. To me, that was kind of the nail in the coffin for me with that league. I ain't going to lie.
Because it's just like, bro, like there are certain players, and it's a very limited group of players you just don't trade under any circumstance.
Sure.
And Luka is like one of maybe 5 at the time. You just don't do it.
Yep.
And not to mention, you traded it for Anthony Davis, who probably NBA top 75 all time, future NBA Hall of Famer. But AD is what, 8 years older than Luka at that point? I mean, that's crazy work. So yeah, Nico Harrison's up there.
Great picks. Great picks. Can I see the board?
Yeah, Shy Buffs, you're cooking with that one. People don't know about that one though, but facts.
There's soccer related. Figo.
No, I'm sticking college football. I'm going Bobby Petrino.
Bobby.
Not for his, well, we can talk about what happened, I guess, after he was at Arkansas, but what he did to the Atlanta Falcons in 2007.
Remind me.
So he was the head coach at Louisville. I can't remember who was on those teams, like mid-2000s.
Okay.
Really good. Big East, that was when the Big East was kind of legit. Like,
Okay.
I think it was 2006 was that crazy college football year, the constantly rotating number one. Like, USF was up there, Cincinnati was up there, Louisville was up there. I think West Virginia was still in the Big East, and like really good football conference out of nowhere.
Okay.
Anyways, Louisville was good. He gets hired by the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons were not good. I think the Mike Vick disaster happened like shortly after
07?
that, or going into that season.
Yeah, probably.
So they were bad, right? They were without their star player, probably the guy that Bobby Petrino wanted to go coach there. Anyways, a few games left in the year, he leaves the Falcons to go be the Arkansas head coach. How he leaves, he informed the players via a meeting and then left like notes in their lockers. We can actually, I'll pull up the note. Because it's been posted before. It was a 4-sentence note that he left in every player's locker. Oh my gosh, this is so blurry. Atlanta Falcons players, out of respect for you, I'm letting you know that with a heavy heart, I resigned today as head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. This decision was not easy, but was made in the best interest of me and my family. While my desire would have been to finish out what would have been a difficult season for us all, circumstances did not allow us to do so. I appreciate your hard work and wish you the best. Sincerely, but Bobby Petrino. That's how he left.
Yeah, at least he left a little note. That is crazy. I don't think I've ever heard that for real.
When Andre
That's
left
crazy.
to Italy, I didn't even get a note. I'm like, that's kind of sick.
He then goes to Arkansas, and then the motorcycle crash and the affair happened.
Yeah, whenever I hear Bobby Petrino, I just think of him
Yeah.
with the neck brace on.
That's the start of it, though, is the Falcons stuff.
Yeah.
So just
That's
think
crazy.
of that. And to round out my list, that's a crazy comment. I'll go with Lane Kiffin.
Damn it. Hey, you gonna take my last one? You
Sorry.
you got stuff for me? What's up?
I don't got much to
Speaks
say.
for itself, right? Lincoln.
I don't got much to say. I like, wait, Lincoln or Lane?
You're
I'm taking Lane.
okay. Did I say Lincoln?
Yes.
Okay, my bad. Yeah. Lane
Lincoln's
Kiffin.
another good one, though. We'll get to that. I actually like Lane Kiffin. I don't really blame him for this LSU mess, but I totally understand why people would consider him a snake. And there's people who think he's a snake probably in Tennessee and USC and Mississippi and who knows, maybe Baton
Facts.
Rouge is next on the list.
For sure. Didn't he have like a short NFL stint, like flirt with the NFL
The
or something?
Raiders.
Oh yeah, he was the head coach, wasn't he?
Yeah, but
Yeah, that's
When they drafted Seabass.
Yeah, Janikowski, right?
no, they drafted Jamarcus. I think.
No, I'm pretty.
I think Yaya might be right. I think they drafted Janikowski really.
Yeah,
Was
in the
it?
second round.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, what? Because I think like 2 years ago, he found the clip of him kicking and tweeted out, "Let's go, Seabass. I always believed in you."
Well, he that's also what inspired the famous Al Davis press conference where he's got like he always had his projector and stuff, right? But I remember one of the lines from that was Al Davis being like, I can't remember what he said exactly to start up, but he's like, Tulane, Jamarcus is a good player. Deal with it.
What?
Yeah, it's out there.
Hell no.
That's crazy, room changers. You ain't wrong, though.
My last pick, what we got? Oh. No, I don't think that's like Snake. Although he definitely played a role. Tom Thibodeau definitely played a role in running my boy D Rose into the ground. Can't even lie.
Lincoln Riley's a good one.
What's
Also,
his big Snake activity?
Oklahoma.
Well, he
Yeah,
left Oklahoma
yeah.
For
be
USC.
a USC coach.
Caleb Williams.
Yeah, he took Caleb with him.
Yeah, that was. I'm not saying Caleb the
Well, I
Snake.
feel like that's kind of normal. Like a good coach, like you bring
But
your
it was
quarterback
like
with.
the first like instance of it, and people
Really?
are like, "Oh my god!" Like,
yeah, I'm not
I mean,
calling
literally,
Caleb
this
the
was-
Snake. I'm just saying like he
That's
was
what I
part-
thought you were
Yeah,
thinking.
no,
I'm like, what the hell did my boy do?
Yeah, no.
this was like 4 or 5 years ago. Like it was one of the first like true like gutting of a programs.
Also, if baseball, Roger Clemens, 13 years with the Boston Red Sox, goes to the Yankees. Pretty big one.
Babe Ruth,
Babe Ruth, another one.
although was he traded?
I think he was traded.
Buffy the Cornhusker Slayer has one that could get you in good favor with Buffs fans if you want to.
You might not be able to
I
ever
ain't-
talk to him
I ain't-
again, but
I'm finna actually, you know what? Hey, Wayne, I'm with you on that, actually. Bulls fans know this, man. Give me Jerry Krause. Pretty much was the reason that the Bulls didn't win more championships during the Jordan era. Like, he was, like, actively trying to tear down, like, that team. And Jordan obviously hated him. And God rest his soul, Jerry Krause. But, yeah, he is not a liked man in the city of Chicago.
were you part of those people booing his wife when he got inducted?
No. That was such a messed up moment, low key. So people who
They
don't know,
show his wife
Yes,
on the
bro.
big screen.
so Jerry Krause is dead. His wife is still alive, and she was at a Bulls game last year. They were trying to honor her.
Oh, Lord.
And they showed her on the jumbotron. The whole arena booed her, and they show her on the jumbotron like literally crying. Obviously,
That's on the Bulls. That's on the Bulls.
It is 100%. It is. You just got to have better wherewithal and know that your fans are going to react that way.
What does this poor lady have to do with
Yeah.
it? Why are you putting her in that position?
It was pretty messed up, like swear.
It's so messed up, but
It
it's
is.
so funny. Looking back at it, you're just like, yeah, kind of. What else did he want?
That was a fun draft, though.
That was fun. Good stuff, Yaya.
Yeah, y'all
Shout
are
out
welcome.
Yaya
Good stuff,
for that
Yaya.
one. Don Peasy at the Super Chat.
Peasy. Shout out Peasy, man.
Texas Tech is modeling themselves after the Cowboys at this point, paying lawbreakers all to fizzle out at the end. Speaking of Cowboys, they are also in Texas, so your, quote, brainwashed fan base angle definitely tracks for Tech.
Hey, Peasy be cooking
Shout
on
out
these
to
super
you,
chats,
Peasy.
man, for real.
He does cook on the Super Chats.
That's hilarious.
Number one Super Chatter for the DNVR Buffs podcast? I'd say he's up there.
Gots to be in the conversation.
If you want to steal Don Peasy's throne, he's got to do his Super Chat.
Give me that booty.
For real.
Shout out to chat for real though. Appreciate y'all for hanging out. This was a fun week.
For sure. Jake and I will be in Boulder in a little bit tonight
Yeah.
for Adam Munster Tiger Celebration of Life on the CU campus. Pull up. It's obviously free to the public.
Yep. Yeah, if you're coming through to hang out tonight, we'll be there for a while. So come say hi. But yeah, hit up the thumbs up on your way out. We'll be back on Monday. How many commits right now? 4.
I'm so 4 PF. How about you?
I'll go 5.
Okay.
I'll one up you.
I bet.
All right, we'll see what happens. See you on Monday. Let's go Buffs.
We all silly like the mayor.